Hello there. Today I'm going to show you how to quickly use the Moodle VLE. So the Moodle VLE, this is the web address, so elmekteb, emektep.kz. So elmekteb. Once you're in this website, you should log in. So log in. That's my login details. Yep. Okay, the default language is Russian. So I'm going to change that to English so I can understand what I'm doing. This is my course page. This is the IT Informatica course page for me. So this is my grade 12 stuff. So if I just go inside grade 12 quickly, I could see they had different sections and each group had different assignment to hand in over the last couple of weeks. So for instance, if I go into I1 uploads, this was the assignment. They had to do it on the 5th of by the 5th of October, and because I divided into groups, there's 12 students in this group. So if I now go and view all submissions, I could see the one in I1. This is the I1 student, and this is the mark he was given. So what you guys are going to do is similar to this. So I'm going to go back to dashboard. This is my home page. Because I'm the admin, I could access other subjects pages as well. So let's go into, first we go to site home, and if I go down, this is the home page. We're going to work on this, make it a bit more better. So this is the ones I've got, the subjects I'm teaching, 11 and 12. So let's go into Mathematica. That's the first one on the course categories. So Mathematica, you could see, and they have two sections, NIS program and exam preparation. I'm going to look into the NIS program one. So NIS program, we have different grades, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So what I'm going to do now is you could edit this category. You could change it to whatever you want. All you have to do is go to selection here, add category, add subcategory. So we did edit category, so I could change it to whatever I want. I could change it to mathematics or change it whatever you want. Or if I want to add subcategories, same thing. So here I could delete them, I could add them, I could delete this or add this. I could create a new category and put it inside there. But I'm not going to do this because this is English department, maths departments. So what I'm going to do now is try to get out of it. So I go back to the site home. I was in course categories, Mathematica, and then NIS programs, and then I'm going to look at grade 12. So grade 12 at the moment got this. So you can see the ones that's got subcategories. So grade 9 has a subcategory, Mathematica 9 class. So grade 12 has a subcategory here. So let's go into Mathematica 9 class. So now I'm in Mathematica 9 class. Those are the sections you guys put in there. So let me just change that to English. This is in English, but you wrote it in Ruski, so it's hard for me to understand what you wrote. But let me just quickly show you again. Let me go back to NIS programs. Then go to 12 class. Okay, this is a bit more easier for me. Now I've got topic 1, topic 2, topic 3. So say if I want to edit this page, if I want to edit topics, I want to rename this to some mathematical course, say algebra. So I go click in the setting, I press turn editing on. I could also add grade books if I want. I could filter it. So if it's once the course is completed, I could archive it. So turn editing on. So this now I could edit everything here. So I'm going to edit topic 1. I'm not going to call it topic 1. I'm going to call it algebra. Oops. And as it says, enter when finished. So algebra, press enter. So it's changing it to algebra now. So it's been changed to algebra. Now, within algebra, I want to add an activity or resource. So those are the activities I could add. So assignments, I could have a chat. So I could chat with my students. I could do a multiple choice. Don't worry about database because that's a bit more difficult. I could give feedback, I could add a glossary, quizzes. Those are the things I could add. I think most of the time the only thing we'll probably be dealing with is probably assignment, probably maybe chat, but choices and quizzes. Those are the three things I think we'll be mainly doing. If you want to do a survey of something, you can do also a survey. And then resources. So if I want to add a file so the students could download the file and read it, or link a URL address, I could do the same thing. So let's add a file. Let me show you how to add a file. So I click on file, go down and add file. Now what it's going to do, lets me add my file. So I could put down, I don't know, algebra linear equation. Oops. That's the name of the file. I spelled it. Okay, next, description. Whatever description you do, anything that's got this red sign, that means it's required. Everything else is optional. So if you want, you can put description on. If you don't want, you don't have to do it. So let me just put some description on about algebra. So this is the objectives I did for this algebra. I could display on course page. I don't have to. Now I want to select the file. So all I do is same thing as drag and drop. I could click on it. I could do a recent file. I could find it. But because this was already on my server, because I don't have it in my server, what I'm going to try to drag it in. So I'm going to make this small. And at the moment, I have an algebra file here, right? So I'm going to try to drag this inside there and drag it in like this. Wait, it's not letting me do it. Oh, sorry, I put it in the wrong place. So what I need to do is I need to drag it into this box here, sorry. So where the arrow is. So if I drag it there, now you could see the file is there, algebra linear, it's been added. Now, don't worry about all this stuff, appearance, you don't have to know about this. If you want to restrict access to some students, add the restriction of the students you don't want that being seen to. And everything else, the save. Now save and display. So now, algebra linear equation is got the learning objectives and the file students could download and read it or complete the task, whatever task you did. Now let's go back to Mathematica. So, algebra, the file is also there now. So students could, if I turn editing off, when the student access this page, they won't be able to edit. This is what they will see. They could click on this and download it. Now if I go back, turn the editing on. Now I want to add an assignment. So again, add an activity. I want to add an assignment. Add. So I selected add an assignment. Assignment. Adding a new assignment to the algebra topic. Again, assignment name. I don't know. Term 1 test. Again, put a bit of description so they know what it is. If you want, you can put learning objectives. It's up to you. Same thing. Drag the file here. So again, I get my algebra file, and remember to drag it where the arrow is. So I go down, so I don't drag it in the wrong place. I drag it there. So now the file is there. I've used the same file, but you could use a different file. I'm just showing it as an example. You could put more than one file. You could drag in 4 or 5 files. It doesn't matter how many you drag in. Now this is the important part. Allow submissions. So when do you want them to start submitting from? If I said the homework today, I want them to submit it from at least 2 days time, from 2 days. So the due date is, I'm going to send it as, it's a 1 week assignment, next week. Cut-off date, if I enable it, I don't want anyone sending me the assignment after the 27th of March. So after the 27th of March, no one will be able to send the assignment. And then it's going to remind me to mark it by the 3rd. I have to mark. So let's make it short. I like it by the 1st. So this is the most important part. Allow submission. So students, today is the 20th. Students have 2 days to look through the assignment and complete the start the assignment. They can't submit it until the 22, but the final date of submission is 27. And after the 27th, at 21 hours, no submission is allowed. So you could change the time as well and make it 12 o'clock in the day. It's up to you. Submission type, file submission, that's fine. You could do also online. They could also have, if you want them to write something about the assignment, you could do online assignment, online text. Maximum number of upload, you could change the upload, so you only want them to upload it not more than once. Otherwise they might have different versions, or you could do 2, 3, it's up to you. Then upload size is the size of the file. If they've got pictures and drawings, you might want to increase the file size. At the moment 500 is the default. So if they're getting images from the internet to put on. Feedback types, how do you want to feedback? You're going to put comments. If you want to do offline grading, you could get rid of this and just give them comments on the workbook. It's up to you. Submission setting, you don't have to know. You don't have to worry much about this. Grading, how do you want to grade it? Those things you don't have to worry much about it. So let's look at grading now. So grading will be point, and you could decide how to point it or no scaling it. It's up to you. So points, and it's out of 100 marks or out of 50 marks or out of 10 marks. You decide how you should grade it. That's basically it. Now, you could go through them. They're not much important if you're not going to use it. Again, restriction access. So you want like 10K to only have it, or 12K to have it, but not 12C. But this is a long process. You have to take out all the students that in the system who are part of 12C. So don't worry about restriction. Activity completion. How will you know? Student, don't worry about this as well. This is not important. All you need to know that expected. This is. And now I'm going to save and return to course. So now you can see I've got two things. They've got lesson task or homework task, and then they got temp test 1 or any kind of assignment you want them to do. You could upload it here. Now if I go back, turn editing off, this is what the students will see. So they got 2 tasks, first algebra task, then the term 1 assignment, and this is how the term 1 assignment looks like. The way I showed you my stuff. There you go, and you will see how many people you have enrolled in that course. So once you get the students enrolled, you will see how many people are doing mathematics in grade 12, how many people submitting, and it'll tell you needs grading. So if 20 people submitted it, 20 students, you've only graded 10, you'll say you need another 10. And this is the due date. They have 6 days. And then you could view all the submissions. So all the students you have in the class, like the way I showed you, you could view who has sent it, who has not sent it. So again, topics, I showed you how to do change topics. So again, I could go back. 7 mathematics are, this is how it looks like. I could go back to dashboards. So again, this is my page, your page. If I go to mathematics, so if I go to site home and Mathematica, NIS program, grade 12, mathematics there. Mathematica is there, and this is what the page is. If you need any help, please email me or come to me and I'll show you everything how to use this.